What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Sometimes things happen behind the scenes and you get a little peek behind the curtain. So if you saw that, just pretend like you didn't see it. All right? ICMTU is short for I Can't Make This Up. It's a live comedy show hosted by AJDUNK, spelled all caps. ICMTU brings people together from different backgrounds by sharing true stories that have happened in their lives. We'd like to give a shout out to Freetown Road Project. It's West Indian cuisine located in Jersey City, New Jersey, 640 Newark Ave. So when you're in Jersey City, make sure you stop by Freetown Road Project. I'm telling you, tell the chef that AJDUNK sent you. The chef is Chef Claude, winner of Chopped. So stop by there and make sure that you tell him that AJDUNK sent you. Warmest regards. All right, everybody, it's time. Let's get into it. You're going to get a peek. Oh, behind the curtain. What's up? Yeah, 2021. We here. First live episode of I Can't Make This Up in 2021. New dance coming. New dance coming. What? Yeah. All right, everybody. Now, we gotta take time to get ready and for this episode, for our guests, for the story. So, in order to do that, we gotta get some music going and we gotta get our stuff together. Okay. 1 second. I got you. People saying that I'm a little choppy. It's all right. Okay, we up in here. We fixed it. We got it. Okay, so without any further ado, this is the time where you handle your handle to get ready for our guest and show to start. All right, let's get it.
Clock has started.
3, 1.
Oh no! But we right back. Don't worry about that. We right back. You know what I'm saying? 2021 starting off this way, but we still here.
Lift off and the clock has started.
We still here, baby. We still here.
3, 2, 1.
Going gold today, baby. We feeling gold. Going gold today, kids. Let's get it. Ooh, a little technical difficulty, see? And then we right back at it. Boom. Just like that. We up in here. Now we here. Now let's get it. Hey! Oh, what's good? Oh, my guy, Uzi's up in here. All caps, baby, all caps. That's right. Shout out to my guy, Uzi. Uzi, you got to send me some tracks. That's what I could play in the beginning to bring us in. All right. Now, everybody, hope you back. Hope you had a good New Year's. Hope everything's good with you. You know what I mean? Up from here. That's the only way we can go. Now, before we start the episode, there's only one other thing we got to do, and that's be brought in by my band, Salt Pepper Ketchup, featuring my guy, Jesus, the Bodega Cat. So,
You know I can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. Yeah. I can't make this up, baby. Ya tú sabes, coño. Ahí, lo fuimos.
Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up. I'm your host, AJDUNK, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you've got my Facebook, you've got my Instagram, you got my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. So once you enjoy your time here on the Litverse, then you can make your way to ajdunk.com. Also, make sure to check out the Litverse other times. Friday, Saturday, later on tonight, there's many shows by people that look like me. Get it? Hey, so tune in and you get to check that out. All right, everybody. Woo! I see we got a little difficulties going on. It might be a little choppy, but guess what? It's a bumpy ride and we're gonna get through it, baby. We're gonna ride that wave. If you don't know how to swim, hold on to your partner. We'll get there. Okay? So it's time. All right, everybody. You know that I appreciate all my guests that are here. Thank you. I appreciate all my guests that are here. I consider them all to be special. If they're taking the time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up, how can I not consider them to be special? So, my guy, Big Willie Get Silly, all one word, all caps. Please bring in my guests so they can introduce themselves. Bow!
I can't hear anyone.
Wait, how about now? We hear you.
Wait, okay. Private chat.
Okay, how about now? We can hear you. Okay, so this is what we're going to do real quick, everybody. All right. We're just going to make sure that my guests can hear because I'm not going to do that here. I'm not going to do that to them. All right. Okay, hold on. Like I said, 2021 has started off 2021 has started off wild, but guess what? We gonna get it right. We gonna get it right. All right. So we're gonna try this again. You know what? You know what they said? It's better the second time around. So my guy, Big Willie Get Silly. All one word, all caps. Let's try this again. Bring the guest in. Oh, ooh, okay. Hold on. Let's figure something out, everybody. So in the chat, appreciate the comments. Thank you. My guy Uzi with the lightning bolts. Thank you. Angie Munn, nice tie. Appreciate that. Listen, this is the show where we interact with our people that are watching. So if you got a comment, man, I'm going to talk to you back. I appreciate it. It's not a show without you because we make the show. The guest is going to share a story and I'm going to pick at things, like catch things, but I'm not going to be able to catch everything. So when you all notice something that the guest has said, or you have a question, whatever it may be, then you type it. Comment. All right. Woo! Okay, now it's the third time. We gonna get it right the third time. It's the third time. We gonna get it right. Okay. This is what we're gonna try to do. All right. We're gonna bring the guest. The guest is having a little difficulties hearing. Not all the time, just right now. We're gonna bring the guest in on silent, and we're going to see if the guest can hear us. Once the guest is able to hear us, we're going to do it right. Okay? Once the guest is able to hear us, then we're going to get it going. All right. So, Big Willie Get Silly. Please bring the guest in on silent. See if they can hear us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you
All
so
right.
well now.
All right. We in there. See? Listen, I've been through worse problems than that. That's nothing. I've had a guest literally standing in the shower to try to get better reception.
What? Oh, that's funny though. That's interesting. I'd watch that. I mean, but not take it. I would watch that though. That's fun.
Oh man. So let's do this right. Guest. I consider every guest to be special because they're taking the time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up. So guest, if you would, introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are.
Hi everyone. Thank you, AJ, for having me. I'm Christine Pineiro. I'm happy to be here. What up?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Good. So how are you? How are things for you?
I'm great, you guys. I just had therapy, and I feel like a waterfall. You know, I had to retouch the face, but overall I feel so good. And I know we had some foolishness yesterday, but I ain't gonna let that foolishness mess up my shine. Okay, that's foolishness. They're not gonna ruin my day.
Since I can't make this up, and we keep it real on here. I was watching for a little bit, and then I went away and I tuned back in for curfew because I was like, I want to see something active. I want to see shit get active. And by then, they were like, all right, we're going home. And I was like, all right, next topic.
Just kind of embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's like, okay, so you're a sore loser. That's why you're protesting because you're a sore loser. Maybe we should do that when they're coming up with a health bill. Maybe that would work. When they're drafting the health bill, we should all, riot. But no, don't riot. But
What I'd say we do is like what we need to do, I feel, is as people of melanin, we need to let other people know that it's not just voting every 4 years. There's other things that we have to vote for in that time. And that's more important than anything else that happens.
Yes. And, I am Latina, but I have white skin. So that makes me white. And I am an ally. So that's what I want to acknowledge and say. Because the reason is, to be real with you, my experience is different.
Right.
And I want to acknowledge that. I learned a lot about myself. I no longer say I'm white passing. I just say I'm white. And there's an intersectionality there. I'm Boricua. I'm white. I'm a woman. That's how it is.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, listen, I have Latinx friends that tell me different stories, and I'm a black man. I can't relate. I can listen, but I can't relate. And
I don't like to say it. I don't like saying that, but I gotta keep it real. But AJ, how are you doing? I didn't ask you how you were.
I'm doing well. Thank you. I think you are the first person in a long time, a guest, that has asked me how I'm doing. I'm doing well.
I like your outfit. Okay. Look how you tied your tie. Willy Wonka. Okay.
I'm handing out the golden tickets. Okay, so I am repping Jersey City. Where is it that you are?
I am from the Bronx, and I currently live in Queens.
Oh, further trip. Woohoo! All right, Queens. I've been getting a good amount of guests from Queens. Okay,
born and raised.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, Christine, are you ready for me to tell everybody what is about to happen? Oh, we got Bronx all day in the chat. Okay, all right. Okay, you got some support up in here. Hey. So are you ready for me to let everybody know what is about to happen?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody that's tuned in, if this is your first time this year tuning in, which it should be, if it's your first time tuning in ever, every damn episode, if you are sitting next to somebody because you on punishment and they making you watch this, don't worry. I'm going to explain to you what is about to happen. So myself, the host of I Can't Make This Up, AJDUNK, spelled all caps, invite guests here to share true stories that have happened in their life that they cannot make up. So my guest today, Christine, is going to share a true story that has happened that you cannot make up. Now, I have not heard this story, so I'm going to hear it for the first time, just like everybody else. Now, while this story is being told, feel free to comment in the chat. Type. I'm reading the comments, I'm listening to my guest, and I'm also making my own notes, because once the story is over, I am going to be asking questions. I know I'm going to have questions. There hasn't been a story where I haven't asked a question. So everybody, feel free in the chat, comment. But if you're watching and you have a question that relates to the story, write it in the chat and put a couple question marks. That's so I see it, and that's so Big Willie Gets Silly sees it, and we can pull it up and ask the question if it relates to the story. So if your question was, is everything precisely symmetrical in your room? Hey, maybe that might be possible. If it applies to the story, we'll see. So again, comment. But if you have a question, put some question marks. Now, Christine, the last thing I'm going to ask you before you tell this story.
Okay.
Do you pinky promise that this story is true?
I pinky promise that this story is true.
All right.
Pinky promise.
Okay.
Okay.
If you would, please share the story that you cannot make
Thank
up.
you. Picture it. 20-something-year-old Christine works in a maritime museum in New York City, downtown Manhattan. I'm not going to name the name of the museum, but I probably gave it away. Think of it, the year 2010 or 2011. It's closing time, okay, at this museum, meaning the visitors are gone. We're closing up shop. We're getting ready to leave. A man walks in through the door. Now, I was a supervisor of visitor services at this place, and my manager, or the VP of visitor services, was also in the building at the time. And he comes downstairs, he sees the man enter, and you know, like when you want to enter a store, but they're closed, and the person's like, I hate that. That cuts deeper than any word ever said to me. Like that, this cuts deeper than we're closed. So I hate that. It's like cut you off at the spot. So my boss had that energy of, and at this museum, we had an exhibition called the SS Normandy, which was an ocean liner, a very famous ocean liner in the 1920s and 30s. It was very luxurious, known for its Art Deco artifacts. And we had all of these artifacts in the museum. And so the person who entered, and I did not know this at the time, and I'm going to tell you who it is. It was none other than David Bowie. Okay. It was David Bowie. But I didn't know it. I did not know it was David Bowie. Do you know how I didn't know it was David Bowie? Because David Bowie was wearing pedestrian clothing. He looked like a civilian. I was like, what happened to the jagged orange? Like, I just think he looks like that all the time, like he never ages. But no, he was wearing a flat cap. Do you know what a flat cap is?
A cap that's flat?
It's an old person hat, okay? To me, he looked like a, I was going to say a word I don't want to say. Like a pasty white older man with a flat cap and pedestrian clothing, and very nice, wonderful disposition. And my boss was kind of like, sir, I'm sorry, we're closed. And I was in the museum shop at the time, so the entrance was in the museum shop, and I didn't know it was David Bowie, but David Bowie very calmly is like smiling at my boss, and I can't hear the conversation. He's smiling, you know, kindly. And then my boss goes, Christine, can you give this man a tour of the Normandy exhibition? And in my head, I was like, fuck, I'm never going to get out of here. Like I was here from 9 a.m. and now it's 6 o'clock and I got to stay to give this pasty white man who looks very kind a tour of the SS Normandy. So I say yes. And it's so funny because, you know, when a person who works for the people is tired. So you go into a retail shop and you
Mm.
know the person's had a day. I think I had a little bit of that energy. I wasn't mean or nasty. I was just kind of like going through the motions. Okay, hi, welcome. This is the USS Normandy. We're celebrating decadence, because that's what it was called, celebrating decadence, the SS Normandy. What I liked about it was its Art Deco style. So Art Deco is a form of art that incorporates geometrical figures, features, and nature and color. So it was beautiful. And the Normandy was where all the stars, traveled across the world before planes. No, planes existed, but they didn't, if you're rich, the thing to do was to get on an ocean liner. Anyway, so I'm giving the tour and I'm making jokes because I'm a comedian and I have an outlet. So he's laughing at all my jokes. He was so kind. He was just kind of like nodding. He had a beautiful smile, crooked English teeth, a lot of wrinkles, and a beautiful smile. Like he just shined light. He did omit light, but all I could see was a flat cap. So and a smile. So he was laughing at my jokes. And I thought he was just being nice, laughing at my jokes. And I'm like, and this is the artifact that was in the dining room of the SS Normandy, where Marlene Dietrichs had lunch with her lover, whatever. And at the end of the tour, he was so kind. And I remember he was kind of short. I think David Bowie's actually 5'10", but anyway, he looked at me, he shook my hand, he said, thank you so much for taking the time this evening to show me the tour. I really appreciate your time. And then he left and I was like, Andrew, it's late. And he goes, Christine, that was David Bowie. And I was like, but pray tell, where was Iman? Like, Iman was not present. It was David freaking Bowie. And then I was like, oh my God, he is so old. Wow. David Bowie. Like, but he's a androgynous figure who shared all of these like magnetic vibes. And to me, he looked like some regular old bloke who came in at my time. But anyway, it was just, that's my story really, is that I gave a museum tour to David Bowie and he was the nicest being. And I had no idea it was him.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't write many notes.
Don't have questions.
but that doesn't mean I don't have questions. I was looking at with the comments, and somebody said, I can believe this. I hear a lot of stories about famous people in Manhattan doing like normal people.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan I met at the museum. I met so many people, Angie. Let me tell you, I met Juliana Margulies with her hot husband and her cute son. Yeah.
And I know, as soon as you started speaking about the museum, it was like you put on your white voice. It was like, yes, this is the SS Minnow Johnson, and once you get on this ship, you are guaranteed to see the Big Dipper.
Hi, welcome. How are you? Exactly.
And then another comment in the chat was, wow, here it is. Wow, 5'10" is short.
You are so right. 5'10" is not short. It is. But to me, when I met him, I was like, he's short. But then I Googled and it said he was 5'10". I don't know. Maybe he wasn't wearing his heels.
Right. I love that. I don't get that comment. But all right, cool. When you started off the story and you were like, it was 2010 and I worked at the museum and it was right before closing time, I was like, don't you dare sit here and tell me that as soon as the doors closed, everything came alive. I was like, I saw that movie and that shit's not real.
Oh my God, what would come alive? We also had the FDR exhibition there. Now, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's like stuff. And so what would come alive? A whale Cremshaw would come alive because he collected that stuff. I don't know, a silver spoon, like Beauty and the Beast. That's what would come alive. A tapestry.
Now,
You know what came alive? My soul, because I was about to leave. That's what came alive.
And then the fact is, so you didn't know who it was until he left, right?
When my boss said to me, "Do you know who that was?" It was David Bowie. I'm like, "What? Why didn't you tell me?" He's like, "I'm not gonna tell you that before." Just, you know what I mean? But it was so, we were like, and we were laughing because my manager, who's also my friend, he was like, "I almost told David Bowie to get the fuck out of here." Like, not in that way, but he almost told him to leave. Like, sorry, you know. But he was so kind.
He would have to tell me. He would have to tell me, and it would have had to been somebody that I really liked. Like while you telling the story, it was like David Bowie. In my head, I'm like David Bowie. I'm looking through all the files, like let me see a picture, and I was like, so I had to Google it while you were talking, and then I was like, oh shit, that's the guy that's on the wall in Jersey City, huge as hell, with the lightning bolt on his face. I was like,
he's a musical icon, and also before Harry Styles was Harry Styles. Harry Styles is probably Harry Styles because of Prince and because of David Bowie. So they're under that, you know, they're in that club. Androgynous, talented, talented.
Yes. Okay. Now, here was a request, and it seemed very interesting.
Oh, I can't see it. Can you read it for me, AJ?
Can you give a quick tour in your BX accent?
Okay, yes, I can. Hola, pero
Hola.
hi, welcome to the museum. What can I do for you? We're closing, sir, in a little while, but
I just got this report that I gotta do for class, and like my teacher was like, "Yo, you gotta at least get one thing."
All right, bet. Picture it, Normandy. The SS Normandy was an ocean liner in the 1920s and 30s that was known for its decadence, its luxury, its Art Deco features.
Thank you. Yo, see, that's
bless you, Papa.
That's the tour that he should have got. I'd have been like, listen, we open tomorrow at 9:00. You could come here at 8:55 and be the first person in here, and I will walk you through this whole shit.
If it was the Bronx, there would be no tour. It'd be like, we're closed. I gotta go make dinner. Bet, you know? That is so true. There would be no tour.
Listen,
I can't read the comments.
It says in the BX, they cut off customers like 30 minutes before closing. I don't blame them.
It's true. You know, we work hard. We are a working hard people, and we're tired, and don't mess with our peace. And that's why when you go to the Bronx, you're like, why do people look upset? That's our boundary. We are establishing a boundary. Don't come for us. Do not come for us.
The funny thing is that one time I was going to a car rental place, and it was close to the minutes that it was like for them to close. When we pulled up, the lights were off. All the lights were off. The employees were in there, and they were standing still like this behind the registers to try to think, like, because from the road, it looks like nobody's in there, but they were like this. And we had to go and like tug on the door in order for them to cut them off. When they helped us, they didn't even turn the lights on in the store.
That is, wow. That is so passive aggressive. That is, wow.
I don't blame them, because I was like, if the shoe was on the other foot, shit, I would have just laid down underneath, maybe.
They definitely didn't get the customer service award. That's all I got to say.
Definitely did it. Now, let me ask you this. If you would have known that it was David Bowie at the beginning of the tour, would you have done things differently?
Yeah, I probably would have been an embarrassing, awkward mess. I probably would have been like, hi, wow, hi, I thank you for your work. It means so much to me. It would be more about thanking him, but he's like, I came here as a person, a patron, to enjoy myself at this museum. Why are you making it about me? Yeah, it would be, I'm glad I didn't know.
I wish you would have, because I'm like, I'm gonna make it about you because you want to come here when I'm supposed to be leaving. So this is what's gonna happen.
I probably would have been like, can you sing for me? Like, fucked up, right?
And that would have been fine. It was just you and him, correct?
He definitely looked like he came out of AARP magazine, so I would have no clue. Like he was wearing civilian clothing. Like he just looked like a normal person. Not that he wouldn't be, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. He didn't expect cameras to be on him.
Yeah, he was really, really nice and very warm.
About how long did the tour last?
Tour was probably like 25 to 30 minutes. You go through several gals, and then like I have to stand there while he's looking around. I just gotta stand there, and he could, take his time watching. That must have been quite awkward. It's me standing there like, when am I gonna get to my next improv jam? I can't. What's happening? Like I got an improv show, David.
Listen, I don't care who it was. It could have been the ghost of Michael Jackson walking up in there. Listen, we close at a specific time. You are just like me. We speak and breathe the same way. I'll see you tomorrow because
I think you miss out on some things when you do that. I think
educate.
I'll tell you why. If those, for example, those people in the Bronx, if they would have turned the lights on and maybe gave you really good customer service, you never know what, maybe you would have bought something extra, maybe you would have met, maybe you would have became friends. I feel like if we just kind of cut David Bowie short, I would have missed out on an opportunity of meeting a warm person who, he actually asked me questions. He laughed at my jokes. He gave me good positive vibes. And even though, yes, I was annoyed that it's like 6 p.m. and I want to go home, that was fucking David Bowie. I got to meet David Bowie because I stayed late. Could you imagine if we were like, then I would not have the experience of meeting one of the greatest musicians of our time. So if you miss out sometimes.
Now, if it would have been Jimmy that's always on the 6 train trying to come in at that time, would you have gave him the nod?
If it was Jimmy, wait, who on the 6 train?
If it was Jimmy that always rides the 6 train and he was trying to come into the museum 5 minutes before it closes, he getting the?
Yeah, like because David Bowie did get the at first, and then he had a conversation, and the manager's like, okay, and then afterwards I found out it was David.
Okay.
So I think,
All
so
right.
it depends. If Jimmy, what would Jimmy have said to get him the tour? So because David Bowie got the tour because of what he's, I don't know if he dropped that he was David Bowie. My manager definitely didn't tell me it was David Bowie. Or if, to be honest, because of the way that our department ran, if it's just one person, let's just give him that quick tour and do that nice thing. It makes you feel better about yourself. Because as you cutting someone off like that, that's not good energy. That's not good energy.
I hear you.
Don't mess with your energy.
You're right. And then
Korma.
You are so right. You are so right. And I'm saying this because I wasn't in the situation. If
Jimmy would have gotten a tour. I think Jimmy probably would have gotten a tour. Yeah. Or he might have been turned away because I think David had said something to Andrew to convince him. I don't really know. I got to ask Andrew. He's still my friend.
You just better hope that Andrew's not getting some special David Bowie treatment that you're missing out on.
Oh no! If anything, Andrew missed out on a David Bowie treatment because I got
all. Ooh, here's a good question I just saw. Now, was there a celebrity you were disappointed by?
That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh boy. Sugar. Okay. Yes, except I did not meet him at the museum. I met him on the street in the West 70s. But his reaction was probably warranted based on my reaction to him. So I saw Dustin Hoffman on the street.
Right.
Picture it. 2009. Young 20-something-year-old Christine just walking the streets of the Upper West Side. All of a sudden, I see Dustin Hoffman walking this way. And I look at him and I just stare at him. It's kind of like this. And he looks at me and he goes like this. And he walks away as if he's like, I'm walking here. Like, what am I, an animal in a zoo? Like, he didn't say that, but that's the vibe that he was getting. He was giving me the vibe of like, why are you looking at me like that? And I'm like, bitch, because you're in fucking Hollywood. That's why I'm looking at you like that. Like, I don't, like, what do you expect? This is the Bronx. What do you expect?
He was like, man, I left LA to get away from that shit.
This is so Bronx. The Bronx is like, don't be famous then. They don't get famous. If you don't give us time, I gave you time. I spent money, movie tickets out of my pocket. You can't smile. You broke your face. When you broke through the glass, you broke your fame. You broke what? Yeah. You guys did.
He's lucky he ain't get that.
I was too scared. I was like, dust it off, man. But he probably thought he was an animal in a zoo, like being stared at and gawked. Like, you know what? Dustin, I feel you. Fine. It's weird. It's weird being famous. Is it weird rolling in money? Okay.
Right. Sorry, I can't relate.
Exactly.
Now, yeah, that was funny. You broke your face. There was another question. What will you say to get a last-minute tour when you are a celebrity?
Oh my God. First of all, I love the audience. You guys are, not only are you funny, you have really great questions. I'm so lucky. Okay. What would I say? White Christine would be like, hey, hi guys. It's my last time in town, and
oh, the sob story. Oh,
I don't know what I would say. I might be like, hey guys, do you think I could get like maybe a couple minutes just to take a quick tour? I just want to see this thing. To be honest, this is good. I don't really know. What I would say, because I would feel for those people and I would want them to go home. But if I had to convince them, yeah, I'd probably give them a sad story or something. I bet you when this show's over, I'm gonna be like, that's what I should have said. Hey, you guys, you know that museum my family member did? Can I just take a quick look at this? I don't know.
I think I'll just be like, oh, shoot, y'all closed at that time? Damn, I'm sorry. I got a flight. I got a red eye tonight, and I have a concert that I'm doing for 40 million people. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. You know what?
On set and like really early in the AM, and I'm flying to Dubai after this. So I was wondering if I could just get like a couple minutes. Can I do like a walkthrough? I'll do a walkthrough.
I'll help you clean up. Whatever you need. I'll dust.
I would probably give them money. I'd be like, if you guys for your time, here's some extra. I would probably give them money.
That seems like the best option. That always works.
Give them money.
Yeah, 40 million. Yeah, you got to go big or go home. That's exactly what I would say. I'm going for a sold out crowd, baby. Okay. Now, was there did he leave a certain way? Was it like, all right, Christine?
He shook my hand. He's like, thank you so much. Lovely. Well done. Lovely. And then he walked out. I was like, well, like after my friend told me David Boy, I was like, oh my God, he said well done. I just remember his smile. His smile was just like, he gave me direct eye contact. He really, really was present. He was so present.
That's good. That's good. All right, I think that's all the questions. The one thing that I did write was, so the way you were describing him, did he look those chimney people from Mary Poppins, but clean?
He definitely was very clean. He was wearing like jeans and some loafers and like a button down, like a plaid button down. He looked like a dad, like in a scarf and then a leather jacket and a flat cap. So he was clean.
He's on the low. He was trying to get into every place right before it closed. That's what his mission was for the day.
I really think he was just wandering around the seaport. It was like, oh, a museum. Okay, let me just go in. Oh, you're closing. Oh no. And then I really think it was spur of the moment.
Oh man. Well, that is a great story. That's a great memory to have.
Yeah.
Somebody has already said, oh yeah, I hear that famous people do that a lot in Manhattan, do normal people stuff. I'm like, at the end of the day, they are normal.
They are. That's so funny. Yeah, they're normal too, right? But I think but you know what? There's a good point to that, is that they will probably do things later to not get as much attention from
Right.
every day.
Because then it would take away the experience of what you're trying to actually accomplish.
Yeah.
That.
Because then they'll probably look at him like I looked at Dustin Hoffman.
Instead of looking at the art.
Yeah.
Still cutting ass on David Bowie and how uneventful he looked. Listen, it's the truth. You can't get mad at the truth. Was talking about his teeth. I peeped that. Was talking about his outfit. If it is what it is. Oh, but what the main thing that was said was he was a very nice person. And he could have spent longer time in that museum, but 25 minutes, he capped it to a TV show, and then he got out. So that's good.
It was an episode of Fresh Prince. What? I can't speak. Fresh Prince. Okay, wow. All right. Anyway.
Now, it's getting about that time where we're going to begin to wrap up. So I have to ask you, Christine, I ask all my guests this. From this episode, from the time that you came on and we were able to hear you and you were able to hear us, how is it that you would like the people to remember you?
I would like, thank you for having me, by the way. Thank you, everyone. I would like them to remember me as someone who was open enough to experience something new and unexpected. And also her boss told her to do it.
So the boss made the right call. There we go.
Be open to a new possibility, even if you don't feel like doing it. You never know who you're going to meet.
That is true. Yes, that is very true. You better get that dirt off your shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, last comment that I saw, boom. This pale ghost dad looking mother, with busted teeth. Yep, that's what it is. Now, before you get out of here, is there anything that you want to plug? Anything that you want to push people on?
Yeah, sure. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram as Christine Pineiro. Christine. P as in Peter, N as in Nancy, EIRO. Just follow. I like to post some comedy videos on Instagram and TikTok, and follow me.
All right. Okay. Make sure you all do that. Everybody heard that? Listen.
Listen to me.
It's a white woman when she says she's a white woman. Otherwise, she's from the Bronx and Latin.
Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
Hey. All right. Is there any last words that you want to leave with the people before we say goodbye?
AJ, you were such a charming host. Thank you so much. And I loved the audience and the guests. They were so funny. Thank you for your questions and your comments. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Will.
All right. Take care. David Bowie. Yo, I really had to look up to see who that was. I'm like, I gotta check a song or something like that of his where it's like, oh, okay. So he's the guy. If you look him up, the thing what he's known for the most is that lightning bolt thing painted on his face. If you're in Jersey City and you go down by the Holland Tunnel, look to your left or look to your right, whichever direction it may be. It's a big building. He's painted up there. That's his whole face. All right, everybody. Before we get into what we have learned today, now what we have to do is take a vote. Now, if you think this story is true, in the comments, let me get a all caps in the comments. If you think this story is false, let me get a nah ho. Again, if you think this story is true, let me get a all caps. And if you think this story is not true, let me get a nah ho. Okay. Oh, we got an all caps. Oh yeah. And I think we got an all caps early in the story too. And for me, Oh, there we go. We got another one. That's right. All caps. Yeah, baby. And from me, I'll tell you what we learned today, and then I'll give you my vote. So today we have learned that if your boss tells you to do something, today we learned that sometimes situations, predicaments, things that are going on in the world that are out of the ordinary or not on schedule will happen, and you have to go with it. It might be an experience that you might cherish for the rest of your life. So that is what we got from today's episode. Now, for me, my vote is going to be that the story was all caps certified. I asked all the questions that I could. Everybody commented and asked all the questions that they could. If you don't believe the story, then you should have asked more questions, okay? If you're still like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. Well, you didn't ask, so that's on you. The story is real. That's what we got. So again, thank you to everybody for tuning in. My name is AJDUNK, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you can see older episodes of ICMTU. You can see stand-up. You can see sketch. There's a lot of entertainment at ajdunk.com. But while you're here, stay tuned, because coming up later, there's another show on the Litverse. I'm not sure if there's a show right after this, but at 9:30 tonight, you could tune in to a show. All right? It's Greg and Marlon talking shit with the Goss. All right? So make sure you tune in then. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so you'll get alerts and you'll know when it will be in. Sorry, I just got the note that was yesterday. But guess what? More shows are coming, and I Can't Make This Up. We'll be back again next week with another episode and another guest. The show is tomorrow from 8 to 10. Big Willie Gets Silly. Anything else you want me to mention before I sign out? Let me know. Oh, shout out again. One more time, shout out to my guest, Christine. Oh.
Nah, you good, AJ.
You see that, guys? You see that? That's my boss talking to me. All right. So everybody, take care. Have a good night. Don't forget, laughter is always in style. And let them know, Mom.